Gene. Gene is the basic unit for heredity. That means it is responsible for our particular phenotypic expression, like the structure of our earlobes, the structure of our lips, color of eye, color of hair, structure of hair, and many of them. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the gene, the basic facts regarding the gene, and also this video covers all of the basic terms that is essential to understand a gene. Hello friends, welcome to Biology Concern. I'm Arimesh. So let's jump into the topic. First is we have to know the about definition about the gene. So what is the definition of the gene? First thing, a segment of DNA which carries the information to produce a functional biological product, whether RNA or protein, is known as gene. That means a particular DNA segment. Uh, so, if we draw a diagram of DNA here, 5 prime, 3 prime, 3 prime, and 5 prime. If we consider this particular segment, so this particular segment consists of information that is essential to produce a functional biological product, that is RNA or protein. So this segment is known as gene. Okay, so that is our first definition. This definition derived from Lellinger's Principles of Biochemistry, writer Nelson and Cox, 6th edition. Okay, so this portion of the gene, so this segment of the DNA, if we consider as DNA, and this segment of DNA is responsible to make a RNA and further protein. Okay, so basic thing that the gene does to us, it actually produces a protein or a RNA that is actually responsible for our various phenotypic expression. Like if we consider this is a gene, so gene are the hereditary basic unit of heredity. Okay, basic unit of heredity. Okay, that means those basic unit produces or responsible for a particular phenotypic expression. Okay, so particular phenotypic expression, like like hair structure, hair color, skin color, pattern baldness, hairy pinna. Okay, and so on. So if we achieve those phenotypic expression, then the phenotypic expression must be a resultant of a particular protein. Okay, so there is a particular protein which is responsible, that is visible to our eye. Okay, here is an example of skin color. Skin color are basically produced by a protein that is melanin. Okay, so what melanin does, melanin actually reflects the UV light, the radiation of the sun. So melanin actually reflects the UV light. In case of tropical regions just like Africa, or in case of subtropical regions just like India, the, the skin pigment of the population of African population or Indian population is darker than the American population, right? In case here, melanin synthesis more than the American population. So next thing, if a man or a woman or a person synthesis more melanin, then its skin becomes darker and dark. Okay, and if the person synthesis are less melanin, the skin color is white. Okay, let me give you an example. So, in case of Xenoderma pigmentation, Xenoderma pigmentosum an autosomal recessive disorder in which the gene that is responsible for synthesizing melanin or skin color or skin pigment, that is actually deleted or actually mutated. That is why those genes cannot function properly or work properly. That is why melanin can be synthesized in Xenoderma pigmentosum people. Okay, so in case there is no melanin and the skin, there is no skin pigment there, so they are vulnerable to skin cancers which is caused by UV radiation. So this is the basic thing about the gene. Okay, so if we consider a segment of DNA as a gene, so the gene must be responsible for producing an RNA and also a protein. Let's just recall the central dogma. So what is central dogma? In case of central dogma, DNA here, DNA, RNA and protein. Okay, so in case here DNA, if a DNA produces a DNA, that means a DNA is synthesized by a DNA, this term as replication. Okay, and from DNA to RNA synthesis is known as transcription. Okay, from RNA to DNA it is called as reverse transcription, and from RNA to protein it is known as translation. In this case, in DNA replication, DNA polymerase works. So DNA polymerase works, and in case of DNA to RNA, here RNA polymerase is very much essential for the production of RNA, and in case of translation, a ribosome is very much important for the production of protein. So if a segment of gene can produce RNA by the process of transcription and further translated into a protein, then those segment of DNA is known as gene. Okay, jump into the second definition of the gene: coding sequence of the DNA along with its promoter. So if a DNA segment is transcribed into a RNA, so a RNA polymerase transcribe those segment of DNA and make a particular RNA. In this case, where the starting point is known as 0 point. Okay, the starting point is known as 0, and if we shift right, that means that towards the coding sequence, this is termed as +10, +20, +30, +40, +50 and so on. And in the opposite case, in the opposite direction, we designate it as -10, -20, -30, -40, -50 and so on. In this case, we term those positions, those plus segments, as a coding sequence. That means RNA polymerase reads those nucleotides base and produces a functional mRNA. And this segment, that is called as non-coding segment. That is known as non-coding sequence. That means RNA polymerase cannot read those sequences. But these sequences, non-coding sequences, are very much essential to binding of a particular RNA polymerase. Okay, and here we use the another term. From 0 we shift towards the minus designation. It is known as upstream sequence. Okay, upstream sequence. And from 0 if we shift to the right, that means towards the plus, it known as or designated as downstream sequence. So downstream sequence, just like a river. Okay, there's a middle point, there is a downstream and there is a upstream sequence. Okay, so why those non-coding regions are so much essential for functioning particular gene? Those non-coding regions are actually known as promoter regions. Okay, promoter regions. So if I draw a diagram of DNA here, so from here, this is the 0 point, and this is the coding sequence, and this is the non-coding sequence. Okay. In case of promoter sequence, in case of promoter region, there is many more sequences present, or many more region is present, like operator, like inducer, like repressor, like activator, like silencer, and so on. So promoter region actually consists many more of the small regions, that is operator, inducer, repressor, activator, silencer, and so on. If we observe the structure of RNA polymerase, it is a big structure. Okay, so RNA polymerase structure is a big structure, and to facilitate the binding of RNA polymerase, there must be some sequence here in the promoter region, that is known as consensus sequence. Okay, so consensus sequence are present. Consensus sequence is present. So consensus sequence are those sequence, there are reserved sequence for a particular species. And in case of here, if we took an example of human DNA, then the consensus sequence here is -30 consensus sequence is Tata box sequence. Okay, so it is Tata box sequence. So Tata box sequence is very much essential for the binding of RNA polymerase as well as transcription factors to bind the RNA polymerase with the DNA itself. So let's assuming two of the portions. Okay, first thing, if we take the two DNA structure, one has promoter end and another doesn't promoter end. Okay, and this segment of coding sequence known as let uh, consider it is a 1000 base sequence. Okay, and in case here this sequence is also a 1000 base sequence. Okay, so those both are sequences 1000 base. In case here promoter present, but in case here promoter is not present. So first thing first, when an RNA polymerase binds, it first finds the Tata box. It first finds the Tata box sequence. Okay, that is -35 or -30 consensus sequence. And RNA polymerase bind with particular those segment just like that. Okay, so -30 to +50. Actually, RNA polymerase has 80 to 100 base long sequence. So RNA polymerase enzyme itself are 80 to 100 base long sequence. Okay, so it actually from -30 to +50. Okay, just consider it this. So when the starting of the transcription, so in case of first coding sequence, the first nucleotide or ribonucleotide is added, and when RNA polymerase moves forward, it actually produces a long chain of mRNA. Okay, in this case of mRNA, but in case here where a promoter region is not present, so in this case RNA polymerase still bind with this sequence. Let's assume that RNA polymerase can bind with this sequence. Okay, and the sequence is +80, from 0 to +80. In this case, the 30 base is eliminated and the starting point is +1. So in this case, we got 1000 base for polypeptide synthesis. Let's assume that here 350 polypeptides are synthesized, 350 amino acids are synthesized. Okay, so in this case, if we deduct the 30 base, so we got a 970 base. Okay, so in this case, if we deduct 30 base from 1000 base to 30 base, we got a 970 base. So in this case, 970 base, say for example, produces 340 amino acids and it's make a polypeptide. So in both of these case, in the first case, 350 amino acids make a complete protein, but in case of here 340, that is it is deficit of 10 amino acid. That is why it does not produces the actual polypeptide. Okay, so it does not produces the actual polypeptide. So the necessity of promoter end is very much uh, essential for particular binding of RNA polymerase, and it actually produces a particular functional protein. In this case here, where promoter element is does not present, so in this case a functional polypeptide or functional protein cannot be produced. So in here can't be produced. Okay, but in case here a functional protein, we found a functional protein. So this is all about the gene. So gene is a particular segment of DNA which can transcribe into RNA and further translated into proteins. That means a segment that can produces a functional biological product. In biology, if we called a functional product or functional biological product, that is always refers either RNA or protein. In many cases, we do not found a protein, but still we found the RNA that is actually works. Okay, let me give you an example. There are some tRNAs which have the catalytic activity. Okay, so those tRNAs acts just like a enzyme. Okay, so those tRNAs which have the catalytic activity acts as an enzyme, but they are not enzyme. Okay, they act as enzyme, but they are not enzyme. But regarding their RNA, okay, still they acts like an enzyme, but they are not enzyme because all enzymes are proteins. Okay, so I think this video is helpful to you to understand the basics of gene, and what is the coding sequence, what is the non-coding sequence, upstream sequence, downstream sequence, and so on. And last thing, the coding sequence is also known as exon, and the non-coding sequence is also known as intron. Okay, so this is the total video, guys. I think this video is really helpful for you to understand the whole topic itself. If you like that video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.